It's a show that told you that Stefon Diggs would be ready for week 1. Available. No issues.
Watch out.
Full. Is
Watch
Stefon
out,
Diggs not
AFC
good?
East.
He's not good all of a sudden?
He's good.
It's not all of a sudden.
He's good.
I mean,
What did he do in the first game with the
He's
Texans?
not great anymore.
Catching
He's
2
good.
touchdowns.
I don't know that you're our go-to spot, though, for Stefon Diggs.
Why?
Because you also were very, I think, relieved that maybe he was more laser-focused. He didn't have any other distractions. And when we found out that that was fake news, he's still
locked in.
Okay, buddy. It's fine. I'm rooting. Listen, I'm rooting for you.
Guy can't relax.
He can do his thing.
Nowadays.
All right, we're starting with Cowboys camp underway in Oxnard. Micah Parsons is at camp, even though some people think he should be holding out. We're going to discuss that in a few minutes.
And you didn't love this topic. This is an A+. This is as good of a sports topic as there is.
What is your reaction to this?
There are 3 possible explanations.
Here we go.
For
I like
what
this
we
already.
just witnessed. I guess it happened
One of
yesterday.
them, bro, be nice about.
Well, I think you're gonna love this take.
Okay.
The first is he's 82 years old.
This is what I want you to be nice
and he's
about.
starting, to lose it a little bit. Here's the problem. Throughout the press conference, he seemed like Jerry Jones has for the past several years, decades. Like, he didn't seem slow. He wasn't slurring any words. He wasn't forgetful. Outside of the car accident comment, then everything, he seemed normal. So that's one explanation. Okay. Second one, and this is the one I hope is true.
Okay.
And this is the one I tend to go with. He loves the drama. And I have been saying, but now it seems crystal clear, the number one goal is not winning a Super Bowl. The number one goal is not putting the best team on the field. The number one goal is not giving your team the best chance to prepare for the season in training camp, because he just ruins that every year with these contract negotiations. The number one goal is to create drama, because the drama keeps the Cowboys on the lips of all the TV and radio talking heads. It keeps them on the front page. And that ultimately makes you money and raises the prestige of the franchise, leads to money.
Keeps you in the zeitgeist.
Yes, and he loves that, all right? The third one, and this is the scariest for Micah, maybe he really is thinking seriously about franchising Micah. He brought it up. He brought it up. Yeah, let him play out this contract, because, it would end up costing Mike. He's going to make $24 million. Let him play out this last year, and then franchise him for the next year, maybe 2. I hope it's number 2, that he's just playing to his brand of creating drama. But those are the 3 possible explanations for that.
So I think it's 2 with a little small dash of 1. I do think that he is, maybe a little looser with, kind of his thoughts than he typically was 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are, as they get older, they're just like, they're saying what they're thinking, rather, the filter goes away to a degree. And doesn't mean you're not with it. It just means, like, I don't care as much as before. What are you going to do? And I can only imagine if you're also a billionaire and also in charge and I think this doesn't serve the Cowboys, everyone underneath him wants to always make him happy. So, there's no guardrails at all. But it's just such horrific strategy, KW. And I will use an awkward but real-life example, not for me, just generically. We all have a friend or family member or colleague who has broken up with someone and then either, in person to friends, or the worst one is on Facebook or on Twitter, talked real bad about their ex. This is what was wrong with them. I knew they were wrong. They did this to me. And then sheepishly, 3 months later, they're posting Instagram pictures together again because they're getting back together. So the point I'm making is, Jerry is talking about all the reasons why it's risky to pay Micah Parsons. when I think he knows deep down I'm going to pay Micah Parsons. Yeah. He is making the case as to why the thing he's about to do could be dumb. Because we all know how this is ending. It is ending with around $42 million a year, around $110 million fully guaranteed, and it's ending with Micah Parsons locked up long term. If there was ever a time that Jerry was going to shift paths and actually be like, you know what, I'm not committing, I'm going to play it out, it would have been last year with Dak, and I foolishly believed that's what was going to happen because it was such bad strategy for them to do it the way they did it. But this is one Brew was right on, in that it's not bad strategy if the strategy is attention. If the strategy is staying in the zeitgeist. If the strategy is, just keeping the Cowboys top of mind in July and August, because sadly, they haven't been able to be top of mind in December, January, and February. So we got to own some months. And so the other part of it is that I found, sad is the wrong word, but just weird, is some of these things he's saying, he's delivering them as if they're profound. As if people are watching and be like, I've never thought of that. You mean sometimes you sign a player and they get hurt during the year? You mean sometimes something tragic happens off the field? You mean sometimes you sign a player and 3 years later they're not an all? Golly gee, I didn't know that could happen. But but I think it's mostly just.
You think he's softening, like he's prepared? I mean, Micah, I think is going to play well throughout his contract. Yeah. But you think he's softening in case something goes awry?
No, I just think he's talking.
Play well?
I think he's just talking as a reason to explain the delay, other than it's more interesting when we delay. When that's the answer, because we know it doesn't save them money. No. And you know what I mean? And it doesn't, it's not, none of these players have been like, all right, never mind, I'll take $10 million less. He's going to get more than TJ Watt in years and dollars. And by the way, I think he deserves it because he's younger and he has been as durable even with the injury last year. So we know what the deal's going to be. $42 million a year, $110 guaranteed, and then we're just waiting on it now.
Don't you think that he enjoys delivering the largest contracts? Like he mentioned it in this with Dak's contract.
Oh.
I think he likes it.
That part of the Cowboys, we have the highest paid quarterback, we have the highest paid
I don't think he's caught up in, okay, we could have got him last year for $8 million less per year.
I agree.
I think he doesn't care about that because, like I said, he wants the attention. And, yeah, I think there's probably a little something to that,
there's like a pride to it, even in a salary cap sport where it's like,
right,
you know
that
what?
made
We
sense
pay
for
the
George
most.
Steinbrenner and the Yankees.
Yeah, I think he likes that.
Right, but that sport had no cap.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean? In a hard cap sport. What?
Oh, gotcha.
Not to mention that you're only going to be the highest paid for a brief period.
Correct.
TJ Watt's going to have a few weeks. Myles Garrett had a couple months.
Yep.
But he likes it for the time being. Well, here's Mike. We haven't.
Well, you do get to be the highest paid for a long time if you do it right before the start of the season.
Fresh video.
You get the whole
alert. Fresh video alert. Great job here, Dust. John Machota and Nick Harris. Here's Micah taking the field. So he is not holding out. We haven't heard from him yet, I believe, but we did see a retweet that we like to read into from J.J. Watt talking about Jerry's press conference. Anytime you can publicly take a dig at your star quarterback and your star pass rusher simultaneously right before the season begins, you just got to take it. Nothing makes guys want to fight for you more than hearing how upset you are that they got hurt while fighting for you. I think it's sarcastic.
Yeah.
Micah retweeted that. Your reaction to this?
Well, listen, I think Micah should hold in. Now, people arguing that he should hold out, I don't understand, the CBA. Once you show up, you can't hold out. So just so everyone understands, because a lot of shows will get this wrong, you can not show up, and then they can hit you for like $35,000 or $50,000 a day, but that's all they can do.
Right.
But if you show up and then leave, it's like going AWOL. It's the NFL version of going AWOL in the military. You have like 5 days, and then you have they can toll your contract. Now that he's there, he has to stay there, but he doesn't have to practice. He can be like, my back. And we've seen a lot of guys hold in. I think James Cook right now with Buffalo might be holding in. Like that's kind of
last year with Chase.
Right. That's kind of been the new thing that guys do. I show up so I don't get fined, but I'm not practicing.
And I ride a bike.
Yeah, right. Because
on this one.
Micah's draft class, Wild.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Penei Sewell, J.C. Horn, Pat Surtain, Devontae Smith, Christian Darrisaw, Rashad Bateman, Collins, Greg Rousseau, all have gotten paid.
When you lay it out like that,
his draft class, almost a dozen guys have gotten paid. You can argue one of those guys, maybe two, has been better than Micah, Jamar, and Penei. I'd love to say the Prince. I can't make the argument. You know what I mean? And by the way, the draft class after him, Stingley, Sauce, Garrett Wilson, and George Karlaftis have gotten paid. So it is outrageous that he hasn't been paid. So I think the split the baby option is show up, don't practice. It doesn't seem like that's what he's going to do. It's what I would do, and it's what I would advise him to do. Last year was one thing. This year it's now a slap in his face that he hasn't gotten this done yet.
Yeah, this is sad because, I mean, it was sad, period, but especially when you throw out all the guys who have been signed, including after guys that came in the league after him. Because Micah, and I know we've talked about his podcast and should he have it or not, Micah is a great ambassador for the Cowboys and for the league. But he clearly loves being a Cowboy. He clearly is a leader. He clearly is competitive, and he's doing all the right things. He's obviously great, and you still are treating him like this. And I don't think, even though Watt said, in his tweet that this will basically imply this is going to make you really upset, I think Mike will be fine, once he gets his contract. I think he'll be fine while he's there. I agree with you, Nick. He should hold in. And I like it I like it because you're still around your teammates. You are still, seeing what the coaches are doing, the new stuff.
Getting to know Brian Schottenheimer.
Right, a part of the new culture and atmosphere with the new head coach. I presume you'll be in the classroom seeing the strategies and things like that. So I like all that because we all know at some point when the contract gets done, he'll be ready to rock and roll. But no contact, none of that. And I would if by chance this isn't a replay of Dak and he gets the contract right before the season, I would not play a game if I'm Micah. If it goes into the season,
I totally
you
agree.
Still have to hold in or not play because I think Jerry's going to pay him. But if he's thinking about the franchise tag, your only hope to fight against that is just hold out. Because Jerry cannot waste a season of Dak Prescott's contract.
Correct.
Because you have no chance without Micah. So you cannot just say, well, if he wants to throw away $24 million, let him. You can't waste this season. So I think Jerry would pay him if he held out and didn't play games.
Right. We got to go back 30 years. But the one time a Cowboy actually, held the line, didn't get paid, and then was like, I'm not playing games, was Emmitt Smith. And they started out, I think, 0-2, and then he got paid and they won the Super Bowl. And I understand this is a different scenario, but that was, Jerry didn't blink that year for a guy as great as Emmitt coming off a Super Bowl win. Yeah. Or they had already won a Super Bowl together. Yeah. And so that's noteworthy.
As far as leverage goes, having Cowboys Eagles to open up the season, and if he pulled a Chris Jones-esque move where he was just sitting there for the opening, that was the opening game against the Lions.
this is different because Chris didn't show up. So
Chris didn't go to
Chris didn't hold in. Chris held out.
Gotcha.
So my point is, Micah, the hold in is a tough one once the games start. You really then do have to. Sorry, it's just what you have to. You have to fake an injury.
Right.
You have to just be like, sorry,
not
my
100%.
back,
Yep.
I can't go. It's not going to show up on an MRI. That's trickier. You know what I mean? Chris racked up a bunch of fines and then hung out with his agents.
He wanted to play so bad. He's like, I really want to be here. That's interesting how it develops. Here's how it's going to end. Jerry's going to pay him about 3 days before the season starts.
Right, but it's less time. Remember, they paid Dak last year Saturday. This year they play on a Thursday.
You better tell him.
Remember?
I thought it was Wright a few hours before the game.
Okay, so maybe it was Sunday.
I think it was Sunday.
Whatever it was.
Sunday.
My point is, it
morning.
was the weekend of the game. But
That's
now
the
the game's on
only
Thursday.
question. Will he wait till the last day again?
Probably.
Or
I
will
wouldn't
he
do
a
it.
little
Don't wait, because then you get lost in the news cycle.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yesterday we discussed ESPN's roster rankings. They ranked every roster 1 to 32. Baltimore came in at 1 ahead of Philly, Detroit, Buffalo, and Kansas City. But zooming out, we're looking at the entire graphic. Now, if you're on the podcast, I apologize. I'm only going to read off a handful of these. The Ravens are at 1. The Saints are at 32. Nick, we'll start with you since you love this topic so much. Which ranking do you disagree with the most?
The Broncos at 6 is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. Flatly. So I just want to remind America about the Broncos last year. Okay? They had an awesome defense. There's no denying it. They had an awesome defense.
That probably got better in the offseason.
Yeah, I think the defense should be great. They don't have a single guaranteed difference maker at wide receiver, tight end, or running back. I like the kid they drafted in the second round, but again, he's rookie, second round running back. J.K. Dobbins is a huge risk every year and had a nice season when he played last year. But all that said, they were like, you don't want to see the Broncos, and they get curb stomped 31-7 in the playoffs. They were 5.
They liked their chances if they got.
Oh yeah, they liked their chances. They were 5-5 last year, and then beat Kirk Cousins in his final start, where he got sat down. Gardner Minshew, Jameis Winston, Anthony Richardson, and Carson Wentz. That's how they got in. How did they get their first 5 wins? One nice one against Baker, and then beat Aaron Rodgers, Gardner Minshew again, Spencer Rattler, and Bryce Young. This team that beat one quality quarterback all year, played in the playoffs and got absolutely annihilated, and has, I think, one of the more higher variance opinions of quarterbacks going into year 2 in Bo Nix, is all of a sudden more talented than the 5 massive Super Bowl favorites, than every team other than the 5 massive Super Bowl favorites. It's insanity. It's true. Saying the Broncos have more talent than, and I'm not even in love with the team, the Niners, the Rams, the Bucks, the Texans. The Texans maybe is a different one because they have some massive weaknesses.
Packers.
It's just crazy. And so
They played the Chiefs. What, they bounce a field goal off the.
But a lot of
upright?
teams played the Chiefs.
No, but still, it's like.
But that, again, Wilds, does it? They were 5-5 and got into the playoffs thanks to the Chiefs laying down, by the way. But they beat Kirk Cousins, Gardner Minshew, Jameis Winston, Anthony Richardson, Carson Wentz. I'm not saying they can't be good. I don't think they will be. I'm not saying they can't be.
Oh, you don't think they're going to be good?
No, but the idea that they are, that's like, a true Super Bowl contender. 6th best team in the league.
It seems high.
I think they're good. I think right now I'm feeling like 3 teams from the AFC West, including them, will make the playoffs.
So same as last year, I would imagine.
Yeah, but I agree with you. 6 is crazy. Because offense, Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, like you said, the rookie out of UCF, and people are treating Bo Nix, who did have a very good rookie year. They're treating him like he's about to bust into the top 5 or 6 quarterbacks in the league. That's really how people are talking. So I agree with that.
He's clearly the worst quarterback in the division.
I know, but his numbers were pretty good. And if he doesn't have great running game, he doesn't have it's not like a Sam Darnold.
Could he be better than Geno this year? Yeah, it's possible. He could possibly
can't
be
stand
better. No, I'm just saying, Geno is solid. Nix was really good last year. 29-12 is a touchdown.
He's better than Caleb and Drake, and Caleb and Drake take all the attention.
Yeah, I'm only debating that he's definitely the worst quarterback in the division. But my team is the Chargers, who I got in the playoffs, being 17th. I think they should be around that 11-ish area. The defense, I get it.
Brew.
Well, they watch. They're going to have a good year. I told you I think they're going to battle
Brew
the Chiefs
always
for the
has
division
They're 16th,
title.
by the way, Brew. You have a problem with these lists. You get it off by one number every
Why'd you
time.
get 17?
Brew can't
I
read
have
these
no
lists.
idea how I keep
Can't
missing
read
a
these
team by
lists.
one. Oh, now I'm good with it.
So do you feel better that they're 16?
But anyway, they should be higher. All right, I agree. I'd put them ahead of the Broncos. The defense was the best in the league last year. All right, and I get it. Khalil Mack's not what he used to be. Derwin James, but still, they're very still good
I agree
players.
they should be ahead of the Broncos.
Right now, the receiving core isn't great outside of McConkey.
But it's better than
the run
Denver's.
game, McConkey is very good. And the run game, I think, will be good. The offensive line is top 10. And Justin Herbert, several of these teams are getting points for their quarterback. And while Herbert, I don't think is top 5, I do think he is a very talented QB.
He's better than Bo Nix.
Yeah, I mean, he's so. I think the Chargers should be
That's
several spots higher.
Does anyone want to believe in the Patriots if you want to believe in Stephon Diggs? Because the article said biggest weakness, wide receiver. Stephon Diggs, ACL, what are you going to do? But now he's out here.
32
Buddy,
years old, ACL.
even if he's fully healthy, it's still a what I read from Mike Rice this morning was the guy you tried to convince me was awesome. Their second-round pick last year, Jalen Polk, might get cut.
Jalen Polk might get cut.
Okay, well, it's not because you're rich with options. Now, I do think your schedule and
We
your
had
coach,
too many wide receivers.
but you need someone to be good.
I know, but I'm just saying when you have like 5 guys who are on the cusp.
I am not dismissing the idea that what I think the Raiders could be, the Patriots could be.